Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. My name is Sam, and I am joined by the lovely, lovely Bomb.
How's it going, buddy? Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful event. We are going to try the invasion again.
Yes, we are. So basically, we're currently setting up, and I'm sure we'll be imminently ready. We've got the explainer to play, which will kind of explain the whole game mode, and yeah, there's a couple of little tweaks that we've made. But if you would like to play this event, you still can play this event. All you've got to do is connect with this IP, and it's client.connect euraidsimulator.com:28025. You are able to play in this event, and yeah, we've got quite a few slots to fill if you'd like to play. So it's going to be pretty fun. I will play the explainer in a second so you can kind of understand how the game mode works. But basically, it's an attack and defend game mode. There are a lot of attackers and fewer defenders, which means basically the attackers are going to win, but it's by how long. So basically, I guess I'll play the explainer now, and I'll leave this up if you would like to join the server. That is perfectly fine, and we'll get into the explainer now.
Invasion is a game of attack and defend. The defending team will be made up of content creators, staff, and some VIPs. The attacking team will be open to the public. There are 4 stages to the event, 3 capture points, and 1 headquarters to raid. The game ends when the tool cupboard in the HQ main base has been destroyed. Capture points are the new addition to our events. In order to capture a point, the attackers must first clear any of the defenders. They then need to hold it for 45 seconds uncontested before they can progress to the next capture point. Once a point is captured, it becomes the new spawn for the attackers, with a whole new set of weapons for them to use. All 3 capture points are marked with a radar tower. The final point is an underground bunker with only one way in and only one way out. This then becomes the base for the final assault. The headquarters for defending team is an enormous fortress surrounded by a winding set of trenches where the attackers must breach the headquarters and destroy the tool cupboard to win. But it won't be an easy task, as the defenders will have top tier weapons to hold them off. Good luck to each side, and may the better team win.
Yeah, so that's basically how it works. There's been a couple of little tweaks, as you can see. We've changed up the beach a bit, and there is actually also a change to the bunker. I believe we've got a camera there now to kind of show us. Let's have a look. So, as usual, you will enter the bunker through this entrance in the trench, but there is a bit of a difference with how things are. And once you get down there, you'll see that we've actually added a way out to get to the next section. So basically, this is the way through to the final part, which will be the base raid, which is just over there. You can see the top of it over the rocks over there. Yep, there it is. You've got to go through there now. There is no other way. You have to go through the tunnel, which means you've got to capture that 3rd capture point in order to get to the next part. So yeah, we kind of had to re-explain the explainer there. But yeah, so yes,
Wonderful. Well, it looks like we've got tons of people loading in already.
Yeah, we're definitely getting loaded in.
I think we've had some rebalancing as far as the defending teams and the attacking teams, so we should see a little slower progression this go around. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah, the numbers have changed a bit. Have you got those numbers?
I don't.
Looking at our system, it looks like we've got 40 attackers and 20 defenders. So it's scaled down a bit, but I think that's probably going to give us a bit more concentrated action, and we can kind of keep track of everything. I think that'll be really good for us.
Well, and you and I were both excited for the beach. We've had some
Yes.
major changes to the beach. We've increased the amount of defenders. I'm curious to see how that actually plays out now.
I think the beach will last a fair bit longer. I think we'll get some more action on that beach. But yeah, we're slowly but surely getting ready to launch this nice event. I'm really excited. This is probably the biggest event we have ever done and probably will ever do. And we will be running it again. This is not the only time. So if you can't play right now, you'll be able to play in the future. In one of our other, community event days. So you'll definitely be able to play then. And if you want to know how you can possibly do that, all you've got to do is follow us on our Twitter, which is Rust Rivals. It's on the screen right now, and you will be able to keep track of everything. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, definitely do that. You want to stay up to date on these events. A lot of work goes into these events. The map creators did a phenomenal job on this map and put so many hours into it. It's insane.
Yeah, our map creator Taylor did a great job. He's bossed this. It's just crazy. Like the detail on this trench, I love it. Especially the crashed heli, which we'll probably see in a second on the on this little arena tour video that I'm playing at the moment. What's your favorite part of the map, Bomb?
I really like the beach. I really like the way he redid the beach after the first go around. It came together so well, and it's a brutal funnel point that the attackers are going to have to get through.
Yeah, because we did funnel it a bit more this time. There's a lot more barbed wire on that beach, and yeah, those attackers are going to have to literally push head first into those defenders. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how it goes.
Well, especially because the defending team is going to outgear the attacking team right off the bat. So we'll see if how long in all reality it takes them to push up to that pillbox and take that first capture point.
Yeah, definitely. And then I think the next thing that's going to take a while will be the finale, which will be the base we're about to see in a second. It's a fairly simple base, but once you get those defenders on the roof, I believe they've got M2s. Yeah, there it is. I believe they've got M2s in that final section because the loot changes as you progress. So this final point, the defenders have M2s, but the attackers also have some pretty crazy loot. I can't quite remember what they've got because we've made some changes to that. But it'll be some pretty crazy loot.
Very, very curious to see how this plays out and how long it takes. I'm curious to see how long the defense can actually hold everybody off, or if the attackers just walk right through and get straight to that base at the end and start raiding.
Yeah, I mean, in some of our test events, when we've been trying to balance things, it's been kind of a bit hit and miss with regards to how long it takes and how many defenders can hold a certain point for how long. And because there's fewer defenders than there are attackers, it's always going to be difficult. But at the same time, I think the defenders always seem to do a pretty good job at holding them off.
They definitely do. Well, they've definitely got terrain advantage as well, because from their end of the map, everything is built to protect them, versus the attackers having to work against all that as well as the defenders shooting at them.
Yeah, there's the heli that I like the look of. It's really nice. There is actually a point there where you can see all the way through to the doorway leading on to the trenches, so that would be quite an interesting point for them for the defenders to hold. We are 50 seconds away now from starting this. I hope you're ready for it. It's going to be pretty damn interesting. I am pretty. I'm a bit all over the place. I don't really know what's going to happen, but we are 30 seconds away now.
Oh, it's getting exciting. I believe you and I
Yes.
both were at a loss for words when this started last time. There was just so
Yeah.
much action right off the bat.
Yeah. I think it's time to jump in the game. Let's jump straight in that game. All right. Is everybody moving yet? We've got 5 seconds. 5 seconds until we're live. You can see him in that bunker there. Yeah, and you can see. Oh, we have begun. They are out.
There they go. We hear the first shots going off.
Yeah, let's take a wider shot of that beach. Yeah, they're a lot slower this time. Definitely a lot slower. They're taking their time.
Well, they only have one route to go this time, and they are funneled directly into those defenders' gunfire.
Yeah, definitely. The funneling's doing very well.
They do have some defense, though. If they can get up behind those tanks and behind that clump barbed wire, they should be okay for a little bit.
Yeah, there's plenty of cover on the beach for them. It's the attackers I'm more worried about. The defenders I'm more worried about. Now you see one lone defender there. There he is, red guy there, and he's down. I kind of had a feeling this was going to be quite quick, the beach. But, I mean,
It seems to be. They just seem to swarm right away up to that pillbox. But this is where they got stuck that last go around when we did this on this hill right here. They couldn't seem to push past that wall very, very quickly.
yeah, they've got to capture that point. It looks like some are pushing up the hill already.
Well, and if they capture that point, they get a gear upgrade. So they need to capture that point and go ahead and grab whatever they can.
Looks like they're going for their gear upgrade now, actually. There's quite a lot of them in there. Yeah, oh, Jesus, there's loads of them in there. Let's have a look further up the hill. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a bloodbath. The attackers are doing very well pushing up that hill. A lot better than the last time we did this. But, I mean, you can't really... I mean, they're actually on this corner. They're kind of holding the corner, but the attackers are on the far side of there, pushing them from 2 different angles now, so that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, if they're not careful, they're going to get pinched pretty quickly. But the defense is actually not doing too bad at keeping them down that hill.
It looks like they've cleared them out. Cleared them out from up there. They're now stuck down the hill.
And now all the defense has respawned, and they're taking back over that wall and taking up positions all the way down the wall.
Yeah. This is definitely a choke point. It was in the tests, and it definitely still is.
Yeah, the attackers are just getting mowed down when they try and hit that steep incline and get up.
Yeah, it's a pretty steep incline. I don't know if we've made it steeper because it looks really difficult to climb up, especially when you're getting shot at. But they're getting up there now. They've reached it again. They've reached the first set of barricades.
Oh,
And they've just took someone down. This could be it. If they push them back to the second set, and enough of them can get up there, then it's gonna be pretty interesting.
defense is trying really, really hard not to let them push past that wall.
You're doing a pretty good job.
Looks like on the far side they've breached over and are now running
Yes.
in to the next
But
wall.
a defender just stuck behind someone there in that little bunker, but then he got taken out, unfortunately.
Or just start to see the swarm coming in.
Yeah, the swarm is going for .2 now. You can see it there, point 2. It's pretty open this point, so I wouldn't imagine it's going to take too long. And it looks like they've pretty much got it now. Yeah, so let's have a little look at the map and see where everybody's at, because it looks like the defenders are back at point 3 now. And if they gear up pretty quick, they'll be able to push forward and hold them off from from entering the trenches for quite a while, because there's some interesting defense points, and they're starting to push through.
Yeah, the attackers are going to have a very hard time getting through the trenches now with the changes that were made.
Yep. Got a bit of a choke point here. The defenders can kind of conserve their ammo and just go for the headshots. It doesn't look like there's a few of them have snuck their way through though. That's a bit of an issue.
There's definitely plenty of cover for the attackers to be sneaky. And there's just so many of them. I mean, there's very minimal defenders, and to watch all of these 40 or 50 attackers that we have it's hard to keep track of them.
Definitely, we've got 40 attackers and 16 defenders at the moment. It sounds really unbalanced, but it's actually not. As you can see, they're doing a great job of holding them back from those trenches. Plenty of choke points for them to hold. They just can't get away from that truck.
It looks like on the left side they've started to push into the trenches.
Yes, they've definitely started moving. Yeah, they've kind of swarmed the trenches now, and it's a bit overrun.
Oh, they're going to come to that choke point in the artillery bunker, though. And I'm curious to see how they address that.
Yeah, we're about to get to that bunker. As if they can find it.
That's very
Can we get
true.
a view on the inside of the bunker from camera 2? There we go. Going in through the trenches.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're starting to storm that bunker.
Yep, there's the bunker.
Holy cow,
They're
look
going
at
in.
them all.
Can we get a shot on the inside, camera 2? Yep, there we go. They're pushing through. Don't forget these guys have got rocket launchers on the inside of here. Yeah, they're going to hold this for a while, I think.
Definitely think they will, with rockets and the tiny hallway right there. But there are so many attackers that it is possible that all it takes is one slip through and kill 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. I mean, if one of the attackers dies kind of a bit further out, they could get the loot from the attacker's body, and that's kind of it. This is a view from the outside, so they have got bean can grenades. They get enough of them in there, and enough of them go off. Could be an issue for the attackers.
The attackers are just stuck right now. The defense is doing a wonderful job at holding this.
Yeah, there's enough rockets there for them to just shred them. Absolutely getting shredded right now. None of the attackers can get in.
Not at all.
They've got M2s as well, I've noticed.
Several M2s just
They're getting taken out. They're slowly but surely getting taken out. Enough of those bean cans go down there and kill them all before they can re-gear.
Right. The problem is it only takes one defender with an M2 or a rocket launcher down there to kill 7 or 8 attackers that are trying to rush the hallway.
Definitely. They're medding now. If you look, there's a lot of medding going on by these attackers, and they're just throwing those nades in. That's all they can really do.
At this point, that's all they can hope for is to catch a lucky explosion and kill 3 or 4 of them, and then possibly rush in.
Yeah. And don't forget, they've got to run all the way back from that second point. So every time they die, they're running all that way. So theoretically, the defenders could push their way back, push it out, and then get back in those trenches. You can see the defenders coming from the base now, bringing the M2s with them in through the other way out. So,
Have they?
oh, it looks like they've taken it.
They have. They've taken over the bunker.
Wow, that was highly unexpected.
That happened very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they killed enough of them to be able to push down, but yeah, they're on the way out now. But they've got the rockets now, so.
Yep. Now they've claimed the explosives to raid the base that they need to get to now, which they have to get past this final choke point right here to get out of the artillery bunker.
Yeah, and they're kind of pinned in there. It's a very tight angle. But again, all it takes is one mishap, and they can just overwhelm them with numbers.
Which is, I think, exactly what happened with this bunker. That bean can probably caught 3 or 4 of those defenders off guard, and
Yeah, I think so.
they just swarmed in.
Oh, they got one. They got one of those defenders. They're slowly but surely pushing their way out. But that is one hell of a choke point to hold. If they can hold it success. Oh, I don't know if we caught that. Did we catch that? That rocket? That was a hit and a half.
They're trying to push out. It looks like they're coming out right now.
Yep, they're coming out. One of them's pushed out. One of them's pushed behind.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, we got one on the rocks behind them. They're out.
The defenders are down.
Yep, that's it. They're out. That's it. We're already up to the finale. That was unexpected. I think this is going to take quite a while. I feel like this is going to be at least 20 minutes.
Well, I've noticed that as the defense has been dying for that last about 5 minutes on that, they have not been running back. They stayed in base, and I think we're gearing up and getting prepared for this assault.
Yeah. So, just for anybody who doesn't know, there's actually only 2 ways to get into the base section. One of them is there. You can see one attacker coming out now. The defenders are actually in the trenches, and then one of them is here, this way. There's 2 ways. But those trenches are being filled up already.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we see the swarm of attackers rushing in towards the base now.
Yeah. And again, we do have a full attacking complement. We've got 44 people attacking at the moment. This is
we see all the defenders on the
intense.
roof.
Yeah. Can we get a shot from above the roof on camera 2?
You just have to give the defense credit. They're doing such a wonderful job at holding these attackers off.
Yeah, as you can see, they're not really into those final trenches yet. A few of them are sneaking their way through, but it's just not really getting there.
Seems like they've got them choked off again.
Yeah, they're holding them choke points, and I think these choke points are necessary for the defenders, because if they don't have these choke points, it's just impossible. Camera's had a bit of a nightmare. We do have how many have we got? We got 60 people on this server at the minute. I'd say we're doing pretty well.
I would as well, Sam. This is
FPS wise.
This is going phenomenal.
Yeah.
There we see that choke point, and those attackers trying very hard to push through. They're not making very much progress, though.
Yeah, they're not really getting through. You can kind of see the forking of those guys. You can see there's a few trying to go through the left side, quite a lot more going through the right side, but ultimately they're choked off, and that's an issue. That's a big issue.
Well, and at this choke point, it's not something that they can just fire a rocket through and expect to kill all the defenders on the other side. It opens up pretty wide with the base on the other side, and the defenders have every angle covered.
Yes, they do. The defenders are actually kind of pushing now. You never know, they might be able to push them back even further, but I think that would be a tactical flaw, if I'm honest.
Well, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. I think they're going to get through this one in a second. There's only one guy defending from close range. If the guys up on the base can't kill them before they manage to get deep in the trenches, that's going to be an issue for the defenders.
Absolutely will be. We see one attacker made it through. He just ran right by everybody.
Yeah, I think that's the tactic they should probably use. But as you can see, they're kind of stuck back there, and obviously once they die, they've got to run back there from the trench, so it's a bit on the awkward side.
Well, that at this point, that's what's given the defense such an advantage, because their respawn point is so close and so available that they can just re-gear and jump right back into the fight, whereas the attackers now have to run back all the way through the trenches, essentially, and back to this point.
Wow, that is a lot of grenade launchers.
You know, that's actually not a bad play. It makes it easy for everybody just to pick up and go.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think about it like that. I mean, it's not great for server performance, but
Not at all.
for a tactic, it kind of works.
Saves everybody from having to get into the boxes, and then they can just spawn and grab and go.
I'm interested to see what the defensive positions are for the for the defensive team. I know some of them are pushed up, but I know there's also some people on the base, and it'd be quite interesting to see that. Looking at the map, it kind of looks like they're kind of boosted on the rocks. They're on the roof. They know where the choke points are. They've kind of surveyed it. Yeah, they're doing a really good job here.
And they're so spread out that even if one dies, they've still got it covered from an angle that's a person that's 50 meters away or 20 meters away or whatever, still covering that same shot. So this is proving to be a very, very good choke point for the defenders to defend.
Yeah, better than any other part, really. The attackers kind of steamrolled their way through the first stage, but this second part where they're only raiding a base, they're kind of stuck.
They're very, very close to being able to push their way through, but just cannot seem to get past that.
There's just too many M2s. And just for oh, it looks like they're pushing out here. They've got their way through. If they can manage to hold this point and not get pinned down, I think that might be it. They might be through if they can pin that roof down. They're getting some good rocket hits. But as I was going to say, if they can... No, what I was going to say was the attacking team and the defending team, they're only able to carry one type of each gun. So, there's no stacking M2s, none of that. So it's kind of pretty balanced.
That makes a lot of sense. That's perfect.
Yeah, our development team, well, our in-game developer has put a lot of work into this to make it as balanced as we possibly can. Nice angle from both sides here. I like this angle.
See the roof defenses get taken out slowly.
Yeah, those walkways are slowly but surely being taken down, but they are being pushed back. Once again. I am kind of thinking, are they going to be, are they concentrating too much on this side and then they're going to lose the other side? I think that could be a thing that happens.
I definitely agree. Because they're not... Of course, on our top-down view, we can't really see who on the roof is covering that angle right there.
No, we can't. But I think it's safe to assume anyone on the base is kind of spread looking at both sides.
Right.
And anyone on the ground, we can kind of tell who's covering where. We're at a bit of a stalemate here, though. That's a bit of an issue for the attackers. And you got to remember, there's 47 attackers against 16 defenders.
If the attackers would just wait for everybody to respawn and then just swarm in, that might be a good opportunity for them just to surely overtake them with numbers.
Yeah, I mean, M2s have only got 100 rounds. It sounds like a lot, but if you've got 47 people running out of 48 people running out of one tunnel, like we do here, got quite a few. What chance do you have of hitting every one of those as headshots?
Right. And then any surviving players could then open up the tunnel on the other side for anybody that needs to respawn and come back through and potentially hold it down. It looks like we have a few of the attackers that have made it through now.
Yeah, they're kind of slowly but surely making it through. We don't have any friendly fire either, so all these rockets hitting their own teammates is not an issue. Oops, wrong button. But yeah, I think you're kind of right, actually. When they storm through with like 10 or 15 of them in one area, they do kind of manage to push through, and the defenders do struggle to keep them away. Although we do have a guy jumping on top of the trench right now. He's going to flank behind him. He's right behind him. Oh, he got took out. He got spotted. Who was that? I want to know who that was. That was Zedge.
Oh, poor Zedge.
Zedge, you did a good job. You might have seen Birch up there on that rock just ahead. He's kind of those two guys. That's Freezy come back again, and Jakku. They're all on that side of the map, and they're holding them. They're holding him off. They really are. They're as soon as they run through the tunnel and get to the other tunnel there, from the left to the right, the defenders, they're kind of just concentrating on that little tunnel, so they're not going to know how many have got through. They're not going to know too much.
No, and once they get onto this side, they've got a little bit of cover from the base because they can get in those tunnels. So if they can just peek out and rocket here and there and destroy the roof battlements, then that kind of opens up their opportunity to push forward a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Got to defend attackers pushing through. I'm trying to work out who the guy in the black skin is. I think he's a defender. No, he's an attacker. So that's an attacker up there. And all the blue guys are attackers. Wait, what? I'm really confused. Oh no, it's not. It's a guy called Forky.
It's a defender, yeah.
It's a defender. So Forky's kind of holding them off. He did let quite a few through, which is why I was a bit confused. But, yeah. Let's have a look at what's happening on the other side of the map. They're just kind of choked. They can't get through.
This is what we've seen for the last 10 minutes, is they just cannot push through hard enough to control that other side enough to get the rest of their team through.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a quick look through there. Get our camera through the tight gap. It's just... They're just nowhere to be seen, really. Nowhere to be seen. Being held off. There's a swarm of attackers pushing back. I think they're trying to find other ways through. They're going to struggle because we've spent a lot of time trying to work out all of the little glitch points. How did they get up there? I don't think they can shoot from there. They can't shoot from there. That's an oversight. Someone needs to tell them that they cannot shoot. They should not be able to get up there.
There
we
is
knew
an
we'd miss
invisible
one.
wall.
Yeah, there's an invisible wall. We knew it was obvious we were going to miss one.
Well, because we know Rust players, they do this stuff. They try to find the little glitchy exploity things, and it always happens, you know? They will always find it.
They'll always find something, but they're not going to get through that, and they need to work it out very quickly that is an invisible wall. Like, surely they must know by now.
I don't
I think
quite know.
I think
quite
I think
know.
it's probably a different person every time trying to rocket through it, and then they're going, "Oh nope, can't do that," and then they're jumping off, and then someone else is like, "Oh, I might go that way," and then they're trying it. I mean, we've got 51 people in this attacking team, so it's going to take a while for everybody to realise that they can't get through there.
How many defenders do we have? 16?
13 actually.
We have 13 people holding off 51 players. What?
Yeah,
How awesome.
yeah, they're doing a great job. I think the defense may grow weary very soon, though.
They've got to be losing steam.
The attackers are pushing through on the other side.
Looks like
They're pushing through.
on
They're
both.
pushing through both sides. Yeah. Let's have a quick look where they are. They're still kind of choked in, but they're definitely making some progress. The defenders are definitely pushed further back towards the base.
Yeah, we see way more rockets going off now.
Yeah. I think this is the sweet spot. 50 versus 10, or maybe 50 versus 15 is probably the sweet spot for this. Although we did get some nice content, you know, some nice choke point holding, some interesting plays. Maybe we'll get some defenders trying to push out and take out a few again. Hopefully we'll catch that. But they're deep in these trenches now. They are deep in the trenches. They are spread out, and they're coming for that base.
Well, they need to just keep pushing as hard as they can. Just throw rocket after rocket after rocket. Just level the base. They have unlimited loot. They can just keep running back for rockets if they need them.
Yep, definitely. I mean, they can carry as many rockets as they want. It's just the rocket launcher, they were only allowed one, so they could have a full inventory of rockets if they wanted. But they're being pushed back again. No, they've been pushed back to this choke point again. Unless there's a few scattered about, which I don't think there are.
I don't believe so.
No, they've been pushed back. Wow.
The defense is just doing an incredible job here.
Yeah, definitely. Just holding both sides off of them twos. But it's not like the other team don't have decent weaponry. Let's have a look what they got. MP5s, rocket launchers, just M92s. M92's pretty OP, isn't it? I don't really play too much Rust. I think the M92's pretty OP.
Yes, sir, it is.
So they've got some decent weaponry, and again they've pushed out. I think this is slow but sure chipping away at that base. I think that's what they're trying to do here.
At this point, that's pretty much all they can do. They just need to be getting people through with rocket launchers, launch a couple off, and respawn, and come back and try again.
Yep, I think that's what it is. The defenders, they're doing a great job. You see a defender up in the middle there. That looks like it's Forky again, pushing on over to the left. How many can he take out before he's taken out?
The attackers just don't seem to notice when the defender gets in the middle of their group.
Yeah.
Well, we see probably 10 or probably 10 or so attackers there in that bunker. Just lobbing rockets at the base.
I think that's all they can do. Until they can push out a bit further. The PvP's kind of non-existent. They've just got to kind of chip away. But they do have to find the tool cupboard and destroy that. If they don't destroy the tool cupboard, they don't win, essentially. So this could go on for a while. But they are slowly but surely spreading out. There's a bit of PvP here. Rocket PvP.
We see about 4 or 5 rockets at a time being launched at the base, just hitting anywhere and everywhere.
That one just went over.
They may try and just foundation wipe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty effective tactic.
With as many people as they've got.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got, what, 51 attackers, all of them firing rockets, that's potentially 51 rockets at a time.
Right.
That's going to chip away at that base pretty quick. But obviously it's not those numbers. It's pretty damn close to those kinds of numbers being fired out. But, yeah.
Occasionally you see, right there, there's 3 rockets going 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's kind of like shotgun, isn't it? It's like a shotgun shell of rockets.
It is. That's exactly what it's like. And we just see the base crumbling.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty thick base. It's going to take some rocketing.
Oh,
Who's that we've got on that rock? I'll work out who that is. Very difficult to see.
Is it Lone?
I think that's Lone, yeah. But they're getting closer. They're in the close trenches now. So I think these defenders, they are stuck in that base pretty much.
They are.
They might kind of get out every now and then. Let's have a look. Yeah, they might get out through the back door every now and then, but as soon as those attackers get all the way around that base and cover it, most of them will have their entire inventory filled with rockets. So I think we could be not far off the end of this.
It definitely looks like the attackers have taken control of the trenches in front of the base and are working their way to taking out the base completely.
Definitely, and this is a spectacular sight.
I can't say I've ever seen this many rockets go off at once.
Yeah, even in our Junk Wars event, there was just not this much because the PvP was kind of stopping the raiding because it was more open than this and it wasn't as linear. So, I mean, you were there, weren't you, Bomb? It was me and you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely something else because there's more people. How many did we do? Was it 40 versus 40?
I believe so.
Wars?
I believe so.
I think that's what it was, yeah. I mean, if you want to watch the Junk Wars, you can go to our YouTube channel, just search Rust Rivals on YouTube. You'll be able to watch our entire Junk Wars event on there. There was some pretty intense gameplay near the end of that. It was fun. Me and Bomb casted that. It went really well.
That was a very, very close event as far as who won.
Poor attacker down. He's getting lifted up now. Who is that? Kangaku.
Ooh.
Yeah. This base is crumbling. I don't know much about the inner workings of this base. I don't really know where the TC is, but I feel like they're probably going to get it if they just keep drilling from one direction.
Well, that's all they've got to do at this point is just keep throwing rockets at the base.
Yep, and they are definitely throwing rockets at the base. Oh, one of them just got rocketed. Do the defenders? I don't think the defenders have rockets, but maybe they got hold of some and took them back.
That's a very good possibility.
They're all spread out now. I mean, they're still kind of round the front, but Forever Vertified, he's kind of flanking around the back. I can't imagine he's going to last very long. No, he's dead. But he did some damage, I'm guessing. not quite as much damage as these guys are doing. We've got a defender there on camera 1. He's flanking round. Who is that? That is Zedge and Strife. They're flanking round. If camera 1 can flip their way around. Let's see if we can see. Yep, there he is. Oh, he just got rocketed. I think that was Zedge. Zedge just got destroyed by a rocket there. But they're trying to. These defenders are trying to make plays, and to be honest, if they're careful, they'll be able to do it.
They will, because the attackers are just so focused on getting the base down at this point that they're not really paying attention to who's coming up on their side or behind them or anything.
Yeah.
The base is really starting to open up now, though.
Yeah. They're going to struggle to get in and out of their rooms, because there's beds in there with loot boxes. So they're going to be kind of restricted to the back rooms. It's just pandemonium. I don't really know how they're surviving this.
At this point,
yeah, there's lots of loot boxes hidden in these, and they're all infinite loot. In the core is pretty intact. I have no idea where the tool cupboard is, and I don't want to know, because you never know. Anybody could be watching this stream who's in the game, and we don't want to ruin it, do we? We don't want to see where it is.
No, we want to find it the hard way.
We want to wait till everybody just disappears once the TC's destroyed.
Oh, we have attackers pushing up onto the base now.
Oh, yes. I didn't even spot that. I was too busy. They are pushing in. They're looking for that TC. We're going to get into close quarters now.
They're definitely... And they've got MP5s. If they get into close quarters with the defenders might not be able to...
definitely.
Put up a very good fight.
M2
doesn't swing around very good in tight spaces.
Yeah. All they've got to do is find that TC. They're shutting doors. Oh, we saw a little bit of that TC then. We don't know where it is in the base though. But it is still intact. Can we get camera 2? Can you go back to the TC and just leave your camera on camera 2? On the TC. You can find the TC. I want to catch this. I don't want to miss this this TC being destroyed, because we're getting close.
This is epic.
We've got a barrage of rockets coming in. If camera 2 can just keep an eye on that TC. There it is. Nice and secure. It looks majestic. I see flames. Oh, we're pretty close.
Oh
no. Camera 2, just stay on that TC. Do not miss this. They're just swarming it now. The defenders have lost it. They've just lost it.
Hey, to all their credit though, they held them off for a good 10-15 minutes in the trenches, and I mean, when they finally got through, I think the attackers were so frustrated that they couldn't get through that initial choke point that they just let loose. I mean, there's 15-20 rockets flying at the base at any given moment right now. Yeah, look at that.
It's just, there's no stopping this now. They're all over it. We're nearly at this TC to end this match. That's all it takes. It's in an armored triangle. That's all you're gonna know. So they must be getting pretty close.
We're seeing flames and stuff come through the TC wall. They've got to be close. We just have no idea where it is still in the base.
Yeah. Though I've got a feeling they're pretty close if camera 2 can just stay near it. Do not miss it. I don't want to miss this. I'm sure everybody watching doesn't either.
The base is halfway gone.
We are very close. Defenders are pushing out, but they're not going to be able to hold them off. This TC's about to be found, I feel.
trying so hard to make some kind of play here. It looks like they've cleared them all out of the base.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all cleared out of the base. If we really quickly have a look at this map, they're all cleared out of the base. They're back in those early, the early entrance part of the trenches. They've pushed them back again. How have they done this?
The base is halfway gone. How did they push them back?
I have no idea, but that TC's still there. Can we get a shot down on the TC? I want to be able to see it in all of its glory. Yeah, just hold there. Just hold right there. Just stay right there. We do not want to miss this. Just do not touch it, because we're very close.
Oh.
These attackers are storming again.
There's 7, 8, 9, 10 rockets going off all at once.
They've just taken the entire trenches.
Credit to the defense, though. I mean, they are just doing awesome at holding this onslaught back.
I'm amazed that it's still held.
I really am.
Half the base is gone.
It really is. I mean, it's. I'm at a loss for words at this point.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. They're Swiss cheese in this base so hard.
I think they just got mad and started foundation wiping it. They're just everywhere. There's rockets everywhere.
Yeah, they don't know where this this prized TC is held within this base, and we're not going to show you.
And you know, credit to the base builder, because half the base is gone and the TC is still standing.
Yeah, you are right. You are definitely right. Credit to Zed who did build this base. He's on the defenders at the moment, so he kind of knows it. But oh, there we go. We see daylight.
We see.
I'm just gonna keep it. Stay right there. Stay right there. Do not miss this. I want to see this TC go down. Yep, hold it right there. It's gone.
Gone. That's it.
TC is gone. The game is done.
How awesome.
Let's take a look at this base. Let's take a look at the all of the damage that was done. They drilled straight through there. The TC was in the center part of that base, and they just destroyed it. Look at that base.
They annihilated it. Hundreds of rockets. How amazing.
Yeah, and they came through all of this. All of these trenches, bunkers, a beach. That's just crazy.
What
How
a fantastic
the
event.
hell? That was... They've Swiss cheese that literally they've gone further than halfway through that base, because that door below there, right at the bottom, that's where the TC was, and the rest of it, that's the back of the base. So they've actually drilled away all the way through the base.
I was say a few more rockets and that whole top floor would be gone.
Yeah. Just have another little fly through this map, this beautiful map, which will be coming back again in the future. Don't worry. We're getting a nice view of this map. We're not missing out on this again. That was insane.
That was just absolutely awesome. And you said it's coming back again. Where does everybody need to follow us to make that happen? to find out that information.
That was smooth. If you want to watch this, if you want to watch any of our events, you want to follow us on Twitter, Rust Rivals, because that will keep you up to date with all of our events. You'll know what's happening. We'll be posting announcements on there. And if you want to check out our Discord and everything else, we've got a brand new website. If you jump on there, rustrivals.com, we've had a new website done. It's a very, very nice website. You can get our Discord, YouTube links, Twitter, everything. You can just get on all of our stuff. Be sure to follow us on everything to keep track of it all. You don't want to miss out, because if you miss out, well, you miss out. You know, you might not see our next set of events, or you might join too late, or you might miss a big announcement that we're making. Who knows? We might be doing something big in the near future. Who knows?
They'll know if they go follow those pages.
Yes, they will. They most definitely will. So yeah, I'm just waiting for some confirmations of who won what, because it's PvP damage and base damage. So I'm just waiting for some confirmations on who managed to win those two things and win the $20 each of skins. I think that was the amount.
I believe so.
Hopefully someone kept track of it. Otherwise, that'll be interesting. But yeah, it was that was really intense at the end.
That was awesome. I mean, I have no other words for it. It was just awesome.
Yeah, the defenders just kept bringing it back. They just kept pushing them back to those choke points. And yeah, they kind of they let them drill into the base a bit too much, a bit too quickly. But from that point, they just kept pushing them back. And I thought once they were through, and that would be it. But yeah, it's kind of insane how frequently they managed to push them back.
At least 3 or 4 times they got them back through that choke point. I mean, it's phenomenal. And especially that last push at the end when the base was completely open and the defenders managed to get them all back to that first entry point. I mean, just unreal.
Yeah. I just it's just unreal as to how quickly they did that. I'm still waiting for official confirmation of who won what. But I have been informed we're doing no prizes, and I will iterate this highly: no prizes, round 2, right now. So if you want to play this, I'm not even sure if I should be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you want to play this, jump in there very quickly. There's the server IP. Client.connect eu.raidsimulator.com:28025. Get in there quick. You might not even be able to get in, but try. We're going to do a round 2 of this.
All right.
And I'm still waiting for confirmation of what is happening when we're doing it. But it should be very soon. So stick around. We're doing a round 2 just for fun. And yeah, we're gearing up for another round of amazing invasion gameplay on this amazing map that Taylor, our lovely map designer, made. And the base at the end was made by Zedge, so that was pretty fun. So yeah, I think we're going to take a very, very quick break. So stick around, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes.